All right, Cowboys fans, not gonna get too upset or too, you know, we're just gonna have a conversation right now because, as I said on Twitter, and it's the God's honest truth, I didn't have a good feeling about this game, and I turned out to be right. And it was kind of what I said on the roundtable. You know, everybody wanted to attack me when I said, you know, you're stuck with Dak, or, you know, this team doesn't tackle well. And, you know, I had people coming at me, this, that, and the third. There's players on his defense, the whole nine. It's a mess, you know. The first drive looked good, and that was because Ezekiel Elliott ate, and he made good plays. But the fact of the matter is, when a team presses back, or when they punch back, and when they push back, we just don't have the playmakers. I'm gonna be honest, we don't have the quarterback right now. Dak, garbage time, great. He just ended up throwing a touchdown to Amari Cooper. But the God's honest truth is, he looked awful tonight. Wasn't sharp with his throws. Him and Jameis Olawale being not on the same page was huge, because, you know, you gave up points. And then what in turn ends up happening is Brett Maher, who single-handedly screwed the game over. But it's just a landslide of garbage. So everybody, you know, Troy Aikman had a funny line tonight where it was, a team has to win by law or whatever, I guess. But this team is just not good. You know what I mean? Dak gets outplayed by Mitchell Trubisky. I want you guys to think about that for a second. I get the defense and the whole nine, but Dak really got outplayed by Mitchell Trubisky. At some point, as an offense, as a quarterback, you have to have that sense, like, all right, my defense, I got to bail my defense out sometimes. This defense just isn't good enough to do it. I thought Matt Nagy did a great job of scheming things up against Dallas. And just playing off what Mitch does best, making things like, it was literally like just one read throws for him. He didn't have to, you know, there wasn't a lot of long development plays. It was easy stuff to Mitch. And for Mitch, you know, the first drive, them being able to attack and use that tight end, all those types of things. And again, the Cowboys just aren't. Right now, there's just literally no life. It's almost like the way I'm doing this video. I have no life watching this team. I have more life coaching my 8-year-olds than watching this team, bro. We don't have any leaders. Michael Bennett's not a leader. He go in there, he gets fiery, and then he jumps off sides and doesn't play hard. He's not a leader. DeMarcus Lawrence got paid. He about to go home at the end of the night. He doesn't care. At least I will say this. It was good to see that Zeke ran hard, and that Zeke has really earned his money. He goes over 1,000 yards for the season. Coop with the 1,000-yard year. And for everybody there's going to be people online who say, oh, yeah, Coop was open, or, oh, yeah, this, that, and the third. Bro, stop. I mean, that Coop was locked. Coop was running open a lot tonight. Just really bad, really bad throws. Just not a sharp team. And it really hurts as a Cowboys fan because, you know, you're going to fire the coach. Jason Garrett's going to get housed. So when you house Jason Garrett, you're going to be stuck with this. I'm telling you, you're stuck with this unit. So I said something on the show, and it's so true. The NFL is about, and I heard this from Trent Dilfer, and it's so true. The NFL is about where you can pass blame. So right now, the blame is the coach. But pretty soon, once Garrett gets canned, the blame won't be on the coach, bro. Pretty soon, the blame will start to come on these players and how good they are. And I just hate to say it, but I'm just scared that we have, you know, Marcus Mariota back there, or Jameis Winston, or, you know, I don't think this quarterback, I'm telling you, we got spoiled with Tony. I don't think that this quarterback will ever be able to. The team was, like, really good around him. When we went to the playoffs in 2016, you lost. That's his rookie year, great. Then the Zeke fiasco, cool. So, you know, you kind of got a pass there. Then last year, you do win a playoff game. You know, congrats to Dak. But then, as the team, you know, you're really getting lucky with the fact that, you know, Zeke has never been hurt. Because as these years start to go on, it's going to start looking like a Phillip Rivers situation where he's just like kind of hanging around, kind of good, kind of not. You'll never be bad enough to go draft a quarterback, but you'll kind of be in contention but never really win the big one. And ultimately, Jerry Jones wants to see a Super Bowl. He does. And I don't care what you say, you get a first-year head coach in here, there's going to be growing pains. And I'm telling you now, get ready. I'm telling you this. What's today's date? What's today's date, y'all? December 5th? December 5th, remember I told you that next year we're going to be having the same conversation about a mediocre team. Because a first-year coach is not going to come in here and go 12-5, 13-3, 11-4. It's just not going to happen. I think that it's definitely the fact that that Jason Garrett has quit on the team. I don't even blame him. Like, I don't blame Jason Garrett for quitting. I don't even blame if Jason Garrett says, you know what, I'm out on this job. I'm done. You know, what coach has to deal with an owner who does a press conference before him and he has to answer to these questions all year, all game? It's ridiculous. So, you know, Jason Garrett, he definitely deserves to be fired. He hasn't done enough. So, you know, he's been average. I think he's definitely won more games than he's lost. But, you know, for me, my argument will be culture. The culture has to change in Dallas. It's not going to with this ownership. So, you know, I'm gonna forever have to live off my dad's Super Bowls. Because I probably won't see one. Just being honest. This team is a cute, gritty, non-gritty team. I knew we would lose to Chicago, y'all. Like, I tweeted out, I knew we would lose to Chicago because we have no heart. We have none of this. You see what I'm saying to you? We have none of this, period. You know what I mean? And it starts up top. You have an owner who talk, does interviews, does this, does that. He has so much to say, and I like him because Jerry is definitely about the players. The problem is you're never going to have a coach who can hold players accountable when you have an owner who's always stepping on toes. It'll never work. It will never work. We're going to be having the same conversation next year about us being mediocre with a new coach. Mark my words. It will never work. So, you know, everybody has answers on the internet. Everybody the film guys and this, that, and the third, everybody has answers, totally. But all these answers, all this, that, and the third, bro, we're not going to be a good team. And that's just the facts. 7-7, 8-8, 5-10, 5-11, 6-10. Good enough to beat bad teams, but not good enough. And then you got to also be careful of, you know, a Freddie Kitchen situation where you have talent like the Browns, you bring in a new guy and it just goes haywire. And the team just god-awful. And there's just a total disconnect. So, you know, there has been times when I've called for a leader, Dak. I'm not saying that he's, you know, terrible. But the fact of the matter is, after the Jameis play, you can see his body language was just off. His body language has been off all game. And when you're a team fighting to do something in the playoffs, you need somebody, I would rather see Dak cussing people out. People can say what they want about Tom Brady. He will cuss you out if things aren't right. He's a freaking maniac about winning games. And I can resonate with that because that's how I am. That's how I coach. I coach with passion. This game will always be built off passion, body language, good energy, good vibrations. And right now the Cowboys have none of that. We're just guys, Dak he in 20 commercials, and we not good, bro. We just are not good. I'm telling you, the Cowboys are not good. So, anyway, it's rough, but the bottom line is, whether you like it or not, obviously the defense definitely deserves blame, but quarterback play has to be better. I got to start there because that's your leader. That's who you got to make a decision about monetarily wise. And just, to me, the quarterback play is just god-awful. It was god-awful against the Bills. It was awful tonight. And nobody's going to talk about that. The defense missed tackles. Jalen Smith, you know, they picked on him all night, the whole 9. But even those guys probably like, why am I going to play hard when I got this quarterback who's really not going to give me much of a chance? Why am I going to play hard? So as the game takes on, hell, Dallas might even score. 12 seconds, the score may look like it's going to be close. This game wasn't close. Team got waxed, and you know, me as somebody who likes to talk to you guys, the fact of the matter is, when Mitch Trubisky outplays Dak Prescott, however you tangle it, coaching, this team isn't trying, however you tangle, twist it, whatever you want to say, this team, dog, just isn't good. We just aren't good. You know, Brett Maher, I'm watching Brett Maher about to kick a 31-yard field goal. He'll probably miss that one too. Brett Maher shouldn't even be allowed on the plane. But he'll get a ride back, and he needs to be canned in the morning. But the fact of the matter is, this team, no heart whatsoever. So, in conclusion, guys, the Cowboys get housed. We got housed. The score is probably going to end up being 31-24. Game wasn't close. Game wasn't close. Dallas gets outplayed. That gets outplayed by Mitch Trubisky. You got to look at the quarterbacks. I don't care. I'm looking at Mitchell Trubisky saying, I think we can beat Mitch Trubisky. Nah, Dallas can't beat Mitch Trubisky. So, Mitch Trubisky outplays Dak, and the defense just quit. Defense just quits. So, congrats to the Bears, a 6-6 team that came in and took the win, and you know, and just took the win from your hands. And there's no need, Cowboys fans. I'm gonna start getting the draft coverage, because there's no need as a team, as fans, for you guys to get yourself hyped. We're not gonna be good. We're not. I'd be surprised if we don't win another game. I wouldn't be surprised if the Cowboys don't win another game. It's your boy Footsie King, as always. Thank you for liking us, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you for riding with me. I'm gonna still cover the team. Gonna get into some draft stuff. Gonna start looking at prospects, because at the end of the day, let's try to upgrade this team for this next head coach. And hopefully next year we'll have a shot, more of a shot than this, because it's over. Peace.